Hi, my name is Paula Fry. I have spent a lifetime investigating, researching, and trying the best diets and treatments for the pain and inflammation of autoimmune disease. The study of nutrition has been my lifelong passion. I've had rheumatoid arthritis for almost 50 years, so I know the pain of this disease. I am pain-free today, so I'm able to live an abundant and full life. I've written a book called 21 Keys for Renewing Your Health, which is based on years of research. These videos are based on my book. I hope they help you, especially if you have arthritis, inflammation, and pain. My prayer is these videos will help you renew your health.
Hi, today I want to tell you about the role that fats play in pain and inflammation in your body, especially if you have autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis like I do, or any other pain and inflammation from arthritis or injuries. I found early on when I had found out I had rheumatoid, the few years following that I was finding that fats really did, saturated fats made me hurt the next morning. If I had a high fat meal the night before, the next morning my joints were inflamed, my feet hurt, I just felt like I had the flu. And that's real typical of rheumatoid arthritis that is really active. After I had my boys, while I was pregnant, I did great, but after I had each of my boys, my rheumatoid went crazy. And so I have been on lots of medications through my life. I've been to lots of doctors, lots of rheumatologists. But one thing that I have found is that diet and exercise, the things I drink and what I do, really make a big difference in my inflammation. So today I am not on any medication except one thing, and mainly I just eat healthy and I take healthy fats, and I'm going to tell you about that today. So let me just tell you about some of the recipes that we used to make that caused a lot of problems for me. We made a recipe with pork chops that you just put them in a casserole pan, put butter beans over them, put barbecue sauce over that. Yeah, it was really good. You bake it, and but every time I ate that the next morning, I woke up feeling horrible. Another recipe that was one for my family, and I grew up with it, was chuck roast on Sunday. And of course, you cook the chuck roast and with potatoes and carrots and bake it and use the fatty juices for your gravy. And that's another recipe that after I got rheumatoid really made me feel bad. A recipe that my husband's family make is chicken paprikash, and it's very good. But they always said the more fat, the richer it is, and the better it is. Well, it is. But it did not help me at all. I just hurt so bad after I ate that. Not only did I find that the saturated fat was hurting me, but I have cut back on the amount of protein, amount of meat products that I eat. I don't eat meat for breakfast or lunch, and usually just a small portion of low-fat meat in the evening. But so the fats that you eat play a huge difference in your health, and not just in inflammation and rheumatoid arthritis, but in heart disease, in cancer, in just diabetes, thyroid problems. There's a whole gamut of things that saturated fat really makes a lot of disease worse. So another fat that is really bad for you is trans fats. And trans fats were big news a few years ago, and I think a lot of companies have tried to take trans fats out of their products. but they can have a less than 1 gram and say they have 0. So your cakes, your cookies, your popcorn, your pizza, all of that, there may be trans fats in those products, and they can say there's 0 trans fats. But trans fats are very toxic, and what they do is take liquid oil and they hydrogenate it. They make it into a solid, so it's easier to use. I don't use shortening. I don't use margarine, and I just don't use anything in a box or a bag or prepared foods. We try to make our own. We try to make it as fresh as we can, and I have felt so much better. I thought this fact was good. For every 2% of calories from trans fats consumed daily, the risk of heart disease increases 23%. So that's really a high percent. So if I were you, I would shy away from all those prepared foods. They may have some in it, even though they say they don't. Margarine used to be very toxic because they had a lot of trans fat in margarine. The good fats, the good news, are the monounsaturated fats, and we all have heard about olive oil. I use organic olive oil, and you can buy it very reasonably at Walmart, or we have a Smith's grocery store here locally, and a lot of times it's on sale. Olive oil and canola oil and avocados, most nuts, safflower oil, sunflower oil are monounsaturated oils. And monounsaturated oils are anti-inflammatory. They are good for you. They do lower the LDL cholesterol, which is the lousy cholesterol, and they help boost the HDL, which is the healthy cholesterol. So that's really good. And women, a study showed that women who eat monounsaturated fats have a reduced incidence of breast cancer, and that's really neat. So that if nothing else, that would be a great reason for women to switch to monounsaturated fats from saturated fats or trans fats. Just remember that when you heat monounsaturated fats, it changes some of the chemical composition, or if you keep your olive oil or canola oil or nuts or anything in a hot place, they need to be in a cool area and not in the sunlight. And that's why olive oil is always in a dark container, because sunlight and heat does damage the monounsaturated fats in olive oil. So just realize that light, heat, air will deteriorate olive oil. It can turn rancid. We use ours so quickly that it doesn't. One thing I like to do with olive oil, I make a salad dressing. I just use olive oil, a little bit of fresh lemon juice, squeezed lemon, salt and pepper, herbs, whatever herbs I have. Usually I grow fresh herbs in the summer, and mix that together and put it on my salad, and it's really, really good. And you're getting your monounsaturated fats for the day. Monounsaturated fats are good for your body, good for your heart, good for your brain, good for your whole body. Another fat that is very important for the body is polyunsaturated fats. And polyunsaturated fats are used to build cell membranes and help with the covering of the nerves. They're needed for blood clotting and muscle movement, and they're really good for inflammation. What is interesting, they found that people with rheumatoid arthritis that ate polyunsaturated fats could lower their medication. So that's really good, their cortisone or whatever they're taking at the time. So the sad thing about polyunsaturated fats. The one that is really hard to get is omega-3. And it's essential fatty acid. You need it for your body. And if you don't have it, you're not going to be healthy. Omega-6 is another essential fatty acid, but it's in a lot of things. It's in soybean oil, it's in olive oil, it's in canola oil, it's in a lot of different things. So you get probably enough omega-6 just eating fast food. You'd probably get enough omega-6. I will tell you that fast food, the oil at fast food restaurants, they reuse that oil over and over again. And when they do that, it changes the chemical composition of it, and it's very carcinogenic. It does cause cancer. So I would never eat at a fast food restaurant, eat the fried foods anyway on an ongoing basis. Omega-3s, the polyunsaturated fats, essential fatty acids, they cannot be made by the human body, so we have to get them from food. We risk heart, brain, liver disorders, growth retardation, sterility, susceptibility to infections, vision and learning problems if we don't have these essential fatty acids in our diet. And I think for years I didn't get enough omega-3s and I didn't feel good. So fish oil and some of the plant and nut oils provide omega-3 fatty acid. Omega-6 are found in palm, soybean, sunflower oils, a little animal fat, and olive oil contain omega-9 fatty acids, but they are not considered essential. So where do we get omega-3s? Where I get my omega-3s is just simple. I take a organic flaxseed oil tablet capsule every day. They're big, I will warn you, and you can take 2 or 3 of them. And it would probably be really good for you to do that. That's just an easy way to make sure you're getting your omega-3s. Another way is with chia seeds. You can sprinkle them on anything. Your salads, your oatmeal, your cereal. You could sprinkle it on any vegetable, any meat. But don't heat chia seeds and don't heat any of these seeds because it's going to damage the omega-3s. It's going to change the chemical composition. So always put it on after you heat it. I like hemp seeds too. Those are really good. But just make sure that you don't heat those and that I actually keep mine in the refrigerator. That is a great way to make sure those omega-3s are staying fresh and the omega-6s. This is just a great recommendation. Cut out your saturated fats. Start eating monounsaturated fats like olive oil, walnuts. I put pumpkin seeds on my salads. And pumpkin seeds also have magnesium, which is really important, and we usually don't get enough of that in our diet. So if you just control your fats, the type of fat you're eating, it will help you so much with your pain and inflammation. I have a book that I've written. It's called 21 Keys for Renewing Your Health. It has a lot more information in here than I can present on these videos, and I will try to present a lot of the subjects in this book on videos for YouTube. But if you would like to get this, it's on Amazon. There's also a Kindle edition that's a little bit cheaper, but it's a great book. This is 20 years of research that I've done. So if you like this video, please click on the liked icon if you think it's helpful, and if you have any comments, put your comments below, and if you have any questions, I will answer all the questions in as quickly as I can. But thank you for listening to this video. I hope this helps you. God bless you.